tutorial that is part of a series about preserving family and personal memories, or personal archiving. All of us probably have many photos around our homes of family and friends and events in our lives. And these are memories that should be preserved for future generations. Maybe not all of them, but for sure there are many, many important family events that you want to preserve for the future generations of your family. But what happens usually is we tend to accumulate so many photographs, especially nowadays, that we don't know what to do with them, or we're overwhelmed. And what happens is sometimes, if we do have time, we do put them in photo albums, which is a good way to preserve them. But what can sometimes happen is we just place them in envelopes which may or may not be labeled. And then these envelopes go into boxes that maybe be labeled on photos, but then these boxes upon boxes are stored in various places in our homes. This tutorial will go through the first step of personally archiving these memories so that they can be digitally preserved. The advantage of digital preservation, or scanning and being able to have these images in a digital form, is that you then have a copy of the photograph or newspaper clipping of family memories that is in a form that can be easily emailed to people. You can share it with family and friends instantaneously over the internet. And it also serves as a preservation copy. So you will still have the actual photograph. Like say this is the 2005 St. Patrick's Day Parade in Manhattan. I would like to keep this memory. But I would also like to share it with someone, but I don't have the time to develop it. I have to find the negative, develop a copy, mail it to my friend. I want to digitally preserve it. Also, the danger of having physical photographs is over time they can fade and yellow, lose the coloring that they originally had. They can also get the normal wear and tear of any kind of physical artifact, which the edges could get frayed, things could get torn. They could even accidentally get thrown away if they're just in boxes lying around. So the first step here is to sit down and look at what you do have. Take a few boxes of photographs, sit down and select them. The first step is to select the photographs that you think important enough or valuable enough that you would like to keep them in a longer period, for a longer period of time. After you've selected the photographs, for instance, say I want to keep all the photographs that were in this envelope. And the first thing you would want to do is to go through each one, make sure that each one is clean, that there's no staples or tape or paper clips together. Prepare them for scanning. So the first step is selection, and then cleaning the photographs to make sure that they can be scanned perfectly. And one suggestion is, this one is a relatively good photograph, but what if it has a little dust? The simplest way is to just take a tissue and just dust it off lightly, very lightly. Depending on how old the photograph is, you want to be careful that you may just be able to blow the dust off, but you don't want to get any other dust on it. So you can just lightly dust it. And then once you have each of these photographs lightly dusted, prepared for scanning, you have to have access to a scanner. Now there are several ways to do this. You may have a scanner at home already. Many printers are multitasking machines. Like this one that we have here is a scanner, a fax machine, and a photocopier. This is an Epson. And the first thing to do here, open the scanner. You want to make sure the scanning bed is as clean as the photographs. So again, simple measure to take is just to take a tissue, make sure there's no fingerprints, no dust, anything that can get in the way of scanning. Once this is done, you should make sure that you know how to use the scanner. If you don't have one at home, another tip is your public library may have a scanner that is publicly accessible, and many public libraries have people on hand. They have staff that can help you operate the machine properly. So the first thing to do, take your photograph. Make sure the printer, the the scanner is on. And this is a very simple model. This is available in many stores for a relatively inexpensive amount of money. The first thing to do, make sure that you know which direction the scanner will be scanning. You can always manipulate the image afterwards. So lay the photograph flat on the scanner. Make sure the scanner is completely closed so that no light can get in and distort the image or the lighting of the original photograph. And then you have to look at the scanning settings. If you have a multi-purpose machine like this one has a copy, fax, and scan option. So you have to make sure that you click on the scan option. Now every machine is different, so I'm just going to show a general version of this because your machine may not have the same operating settings. The important thing is that you choose scan. And usually the scanning option is related to scanning to a computer, which is attached to the scanner. This one is. Or it also has the option of actually putting a flash drive, a USB, or a thumb drive directly into a slot on the side of the scanner. So this one is directly attached to a desktop computer. So I've chosen scan. And I will now make sure that it's scanned. I press OK. And then I select, I want to send it to my computer. There is always an option to send it directly to a computer. Once that's done, you're able to then press Start, and it should begin scanning your photograph. Right now it's scanning. It will do it slowly. And you can also choose different settings for the photographs. There are different options. Black and white, color, different densities, and different pixels. All right, so while this is warming up, the next thing to do, once that is scanned, you will go to the next tutorial, and it will show you, once the photograph is scanned, how to properly save the photograph on your desktop or laptop. The important thing is that the image, you can review the images on your computer, that they're exactly what you want to preserve. If anything doesn't look right on the photograph that you've just scanned, you want to do it again. You want to make sure that this is the copy that you want to save and preserve down the ages of your family. Now, after that tutorial, we will also have a tutorial, several tutorials about storing and then sharing the photograph once you have it stored on your computer. Thank you.